My dearest recruiters, today's account may sound unbelievable to some of you, but oh well.
Drama, my favorite.
Around 4 a.m. last night, I was awakened by strange sounds and lights filtering through my curtains. And the nuisance lasted long enough that I'd lost hope that I would fall asleep again. And so I stumbled downstairs and I rushed to my window. I opened the curtains to try and see what the fuss was all about. And that's when I caught a glimpse of this bizarre flying vehicle, triangular, strange creatures inside of it put their hands against the windows as if to communicate with me. I wanted to ask them why they were there, but by the time I was done stuttering, they'd already vanished into the atmosphere.
Moo. Moo, moo, moo.
And that's when I saw something outside my window on the ledge, a scroll. I started reading it, and there was a brief introduction, sharing how they'd traveled through time and gone on quite a challenging journey, all to deliver a very important message. A list of recruitment trends for the year 2022.
Got him!
That was hilarious.
Welcome back to the TM Recruiting, where we share insightful and thought-provoking content that can help you shape your recruiting career. We read a couple of articles on the matter and jotted down notes on what are going to be the most important recruitment trends for the year 2022. So are you ready? Trend number 1 is going to be fully remote or hybrid work. So 79% of executives claim that they're going to allow their teams to split their time between remote work and the office. Now, if you were specifically to go for a fully remote structure, that would enlarge your talent pool even more, thus increasing the odds for you to hire star performers.
Who a star? Who a star? You a star. You a star.
The second trend is enhancing digital strategies. So over the past decade, ATSs, virtual interview apps, and tools that allow for a digital onboarding process have become essential. More tools will come that will improve your candidate experience, and they're also going to be more efficient and more cost-effective. The third trend is more reliance on automation. A study claims that we waste 5 hours every week on menial tasks that could be automated, and AI can help with that. The fourth trend is the new industrial revolution. So 50% of workers use AI in their everyday life, and 65% are excited about the opportunities it brings. As a result, there's going to be a higher demand for jobs requiring critical thinking, creativity, social influences, and negotiation skills. On the other hand, there's going to be a lower demand for assembly, factory workers, credit and loan officers, and accountants. The fifth trend is not that surprising, perhaps, and it's the rise in project-based hiring. So we've all noticed how freelancing and project-based gigs have increased recently, and they're here to stay. The sixth trend is compensation and benefits packages will need to be refreshed, and this is especially true with concern to employee safety. And this will help your employer branding as well. The seventh trend, fewer real-life events. As things move online, digital marketing and referrals are going to be more and more important for recruiters. And now, on to the second part of today's video. Now you probably have a better idea of what to expect in terms of trends for the year 2022, but it's also very essential that you don't forget to take great care of yourself. So we found this awesome downloadable put together by Career Contessa that shares some really good self-care tips, and we're going to share them with you right now. Bear in mind, this is just general advice. Use it as you wish, and may it inspire you on your journey to better self-care.
Clothes.
Treat yourself.
Fragrances.
Treat yourself.
Massages.
Treat yourself.
Mimosas.
Treat yourself.
Fine leather goods.
Treat yourself.
It's the best day of the year.
The best day of the year!
So the first idea would be to wake up a little earlier and without snoozing, but also to try and not check social media before getting out of bed. Another really good idea is to go on morning walks. That's something I do when the Dutch weather allows. You can also hit the gym or train from your living room if you feel like it, but it's a nice feeling if you get those endorphins running even before starting your workday. Something that's very important is to make sure to cut some quality alone time for yourself every day. and to voice out your negative emotions both at work and with your loved ones. While at work, try to move every half an hour or so, and if you can, take a lunch break. Don't eat at your desk if you don't have to. Now, finances are also a very important part of everyone's life, so Career Contessa shared some really valuable insights on what you can do to improve your situation. For example, you can set up a vision board, and you can also regularly check your credit report. It's also really useful if you draft your monthly budget, and something else that I've been doing that I really like is paying yourself first. So setting an automatic money transfer to your savings account every time you get a paycheck. So this money gets transferred, and then you have to do your best to try not to touch it. So it's really important that you put your well-being first and cut out toxic people, but also establish boundaries. And that's something we talked about in a previous episode, which we're going to link in case you haven't watched it yet, or, well, you're curious to watch it again. Another idea could be to journal about 5 minutes a day, either for your personal life, for your professional one, or both. And now onto the Candy Crash.
Candy Crash.
You know it. The more barbaric your treatment of candidates, the more demonic their TikTok videos about you.
Love you all so much.
So let's take a look at this one.
Stitch this video with your worst interview story. I'll go first. So a few years ago, I was applying for a builder position in a wood shop, and I was getting a walkthrough on the first interview by the shop foreman, and suddenly he turns to me and asks if I'm going to be as big of an issue as the last female they hired in the shop. I didn't respond to him, I just gave him a look, and he proceeds to tell me that after being hired, that this woman had brought multiple complaints of harassment to their HR department, and it was a really big issue for them. So he just wanted to be sure that I wasn't going to cause the same sort of issues in their company. Needless to say, I did not take that job.
Wow. So that's something that we wish to leave in the past. Got something to say about this? Drop a comment in the section below. We'd love to pick your brains. Help us get better at helping you get better with your help. You can get access to these episodes 48 hours before anyone else and more amazing content by subscribing to our newsletter. You're going to be finding it linked below or at start.com/newsletter. Also know that you're always welcome to drop me an email at elena@start.com or send me a LinkedIn DM. I'm on LinkedIn as Elena Galli, that's my name. If you have any ideas on content that we should create, we would love to hear from you. So I hope you enjoyed yourself, and thank you for watching The Tune Recruiting. Take care and see you soon.